Okay, today I'm going to be showing you the TriNova leather conditioner and restorer. So I use these on my leather boots that I've had for a number of years, especially up here in the winter. There's a lot of salt on the sidewalks and roads to get rid of the ice that kind of deteriorates leather. And having it for a couple years, they were just kind of wearing down and having some discoloration. It does come with this very nice sponge. I just have it in a Ziploc bag because it didn't come with anywhere else to put it. But it is nice. It's actually got a really close, like, spongy texture to it. So it's not real loose. It really holds in that oil and lets you spread it nicely. So I actually really like the sponge that comes with it. It really absorbs that oil, but because it's kind of a small air holes in it, it's really easy to get a nice, good coat. So I do have my boots here. So they're still extremely shiny. I put a layer of oil on yesterday. I let it sit overnight. It does recommend an hour, but these were pretty old and needed a lot of love. So I was like, let's try it overnight. And then this morning I wiped it down just with a cloth to get all that excess off of it. And again, you can still kind of see it's, again, very shiny. There's still definitely an oil residue on it. When you touch it, it feels dry. But that oil definitely did soak into the outside, and it really kind of nicely sprucened up the boot. It makes it look a lot deeper in color. These were definitely a lighter brown, and now that the oil is saturated in, they're definitely a nice deep, almost like wooden brown. So it makes them look really nice. And again, these are a couple years old. There's a lot of like small cracks that go along through it. You can kind of see them on this side where there's just those natural bends. And those tend to really lighten up after years and years of bending in the same spot. And you can see, even with just that one application of oil, those cracks are now the same color as the rest of the boot. So it really kind of hides those extra, stress points and really gets your boot looking, almost brand new. So I've actually really enjoyed it. It is super thick and oily. You only need a little bit. A little bit does go a long way. It does get really slick, but I did get it, kind of all over my hands. I did it over the tub because it's still cold and winter outside, so I couldn't really do it outside here. So I was like, I'm going to do it in the bathtub. Where it did drip, it's definitely kind of oily. You definitely need to use a little bit of soap to get it off your hands and any surfaces that it goes on. But it works really well. I really like it in the 8 fluid ounces. That's quite a big bottle, so there's definitely a lot of uses in it, especially since, again, a little bit goes a long way. It really does. And there's really no scent to it. A lot of times you get polishes that are really alcohol smell, or there's really like a pungent, almost like markery smell. There's really like no odor to it, which I was really surprised about. And the oil's clear, which I like, because a lot of times you get leather polish, it has like dyes in it that kind of like stain the leather to hide those imperfections, where this just soaks into the leather, kind of gives it its life back, and really just treats those light and cracked areas with naturally restoring its color instead of dyeing it. It's not covering up those imperfections with dye, it's doing it naturally through oils. So I definitely highly recommend it. If you're interested, please check the link down below, the TriNova Leather Conditioner and Restorer.